Jazz Fun at Jazzahead 2025. And with me here, a bass player from Munich, Nils Kugelmann. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you for the invitation. I'm looking forward to the talk.
Nils, it's not your first time at Jazzahead. You're an absolute pro anyway, but you'll perform with your own trio here tonight. Who is it?
Yeah, it's like my trio with Luca Zambito on piano and Sebastian Wolfgruber on drums, and we just released yesterday our second album, and we played yesterday the showcase, so it was like a perfect release party and a very, very great situation to have both the showcase and the release on the same day, so very exciting.
It's a beautiful thing to see that you can celebrate this release together with an international audience.
Yes.
And your new album is called Live Score.
Yes.
So what does your live score look like?
Yeah, it's like emotions, stories from within the band, and my stories also. So it's like a very personal album, because I very love the combination when music is combined with pictures and emotions and stories and persons and so on. Like you can see it very picturesque at the film music. And so, because I'm not like a film composer, it's not a film score but a live score. So that's where the wording comes from. And yeah, I simply love that music can be, you can say, more than just music, because it can stand for so many things and inspire people and bring people in so many moods, and so that's what the album is about.
Live score, very imaginative in a way, pictures. I think your music is kind of, mellow. It's got a lot of melody, it's got a lot of groove too, and it's, easy going in a way, but it's not easy. So are you the composer of all the tracks here of your new album?
Yes, I've composed all the tracks, and it's interesting because that's somehow like my aim to compose music that feels like very light and very positive, and that you can sing along and and groove along and dance, but also music that is like at the same time for the band tries to never get boring, and is also sometimes very, very challenging and complicated in a way that you can transport that complexity to the audience. So it's not about like, okay, I try to write the most complex stuff and then we play it, but it's like, okay, I love melodies and nice chord progressions and so on, but I love also like the very working on details and grooves, and to think about stuff very deep regarding the composition and arrangement, and that combination is then, I would say, like perfect if the audience is like really feeling the music. And for us it's the same, but we also know, okay, it's like quite a challenge and thing to get there, to play that music as light as we play it now, maybe.
You're based in Munich?
Yeah, now I'm based in Berlin. Like 3 months ago we just moved to Berlin, you could say, from for the apartment more than for the city, but the city is great, so it was like a upcoming situation that there's a free room and free apartment for us, and we just took the situation and moved to Berlin. So Munich born, Berlin based now. Yeah.
Big step. Yeah. But anyway, you have some history in Munich, and I think a couple of years ago you were involved winning the Young Talents Award, the BMW Talents Young Talents Award. and ever since things have gotten fast for you, and also you play together with your bandmate Shutin Erdembata, and you've performed together here at Jazzahead. So what happened when you kind of got into the spotlight of the international audience scene?
Yeah, that's very exciting. So the last years were very, very, you could say, positive, and very good things came together. So like Shutin's debut album got released by the American label Motema Music, based in New York, and so that was, you could say, the first international step for that band. And then we played last year the showcase with Shutin's quartet, and that also brought us to different countries and big festivals. Now we are playing North Sea Jazz Festival and so on. So it's like really a big thing and a wonderful thing to see that such a lovely project can play so great venues and reach also like more international audiences.
If you think of Munich, it's a quite different scene from the Berlin scene. And I mean, Munich has a lot to give and to offer for young jazz artists too. But what do you expect from Berlin? What kind of challenges may be there in Berlin?
I have to say that the decision like to move to Berlin was completely independent from like the Munich scene versus the Berlin scene, and so it was like it's still not our explicit goal to connect to the Berlin scene like as a goal. So it's very nice that there's a big scene, but it was more about like practical reasons, like the apartment, and Berlin is more central for touring. And also like a little bit of if we came back from some very intense touring and then we came back to Munich, back to Giesing, what is a very like calm and like you could say like perfect environment, but it was so calm that it felt like a vacuum. And then Berlin is like more like keeping you on the edge, and there's more fire you can just feel from the city itself. So it was not explicit about the jazz scene or something like that, the decision to move.
As a young person in the jazz field, if you look at your generation and at your peers coming up with you and growing with you, what is there that you can say about this situation in the music? I mean, just kind of evolving in a way, but also the scene itself. How difficult is it as a musician to come through?
Yeah, that's like a big question. I would say it's somehow, if you really want to bring your music on stage and there's like common ground between your music and the audience. That's of course like a precondition, you could say. But then, if you really want it, then you do everything to play and to book concerts and to get in touch with the people, because it's like, of course, a business like consisting. There are only people there. Like you've just to get in contact and see the people behind the venues and in the audience, like so. And if you want to do it, then I think it's not as difficult as sometimes it may seem on the first glance. Of course, there's like very much to deliver first, like videos and an album and so on, but also that is doable, and there's so many sources you can get support from. So I think it's like on the one hand very complex, but I think if you want it, then you can do it.
I've seen you together with Shutin here, and you've been at the exhibition Jazzahead. Did you make any important contacts so far?
This time was like, of course, my my showcase was bringing many contacts, and you could say like bring the business forward. But now I think sometimes at the trade fair it's more about like also get in touch to the people that we already know, and just to be in the scene and to talk to people. So that time was for me and also for Schoten not so much about like talking to new people, but there's like a upcoming duo album from the both of us, like next September, and for that one we try to establish that new format, because like Schoten is well known for her quartet, and I play with my trio a lot, but the duo I think is a very, very special thing, and so that was like more our focus this time, to present to new people and to, you know, like posters and flyers and so on, so that people know that there will be an upcoming duo album which will be called Stars Among Us and will be released on the Motema label from Schoten. So it's very exciting, and that was also our focus, and we try to establish that.
Thank you, Nils Kugelmann. Wonderful to have you here.
Thank you.